Hi everyone, my name is Roos Takken and I am a people business partner here at GitLab. Today we're going to talk about 360 feedback, and this video will take you through the process and how we use Culture Amp, including some best practices for both team members and managers. So a quick introduction. 360 feedback is an opportunity where managers, direct reports, and cross-functional team members will give feedback to each other. It's about investing in each other to help our team members succeed and grow. Let's have a quick look at the agenda for this meeting, and we will be covering all these points, starting with explaining why we do 360 reviews. So the feedback obtained in a 360 review can be used for organizational growth, team development, and personal individual growth. Let me show those 5 benefits for team members, which you can see on this slide. It's ranging from increased self-awareness to development of skills. We elaborate a bit more on these in our 360 feedback handbook page. So now let's take a look at the process. So first, we will launch 360 review, and then team members will be asked to select reviewers. Once reviewers have been selected, managers have the ability to go into Culture Amp and add or remove reviewers which were selected. Then we will launch the surveys. So this means that all reviewers and team members are asked to complete a self-review and provide feedback to whom they have been nominated by. After that period of feedback, this will all be captured in reports and shared with the manager, who will then share it with the team members. The team member and the manager will then discuss the report over a one-on-one or a meeting. Please note that the most up-to-date timeline with the exact dates can be found on the handbook page about 360 feedback. So then let's talk about the survey, right? It has approximately 3 focus areas, which is often referred to as start, stop, continue. Start, stop, continue captures strengths, improvement areas, and also leaves room for general feedback. What is expected from participating team members? That's a good question. So we ask you to select reviewers and complete the self-review. And we also ask you to provide feedback to peers, your manager, and also discuss the feedback and report with your manager after the cycle closes. Once the process is kicked off, you will receive an email asking you to identify your reviewers. Follow the steps in Culture Amp and it will walk you through the process. During the survey period, you do have the option to uninvite or invite new team members. Please note that the manager, which are referred to as coaches, have the ability to add additional reviewers to team members' feedback or remove reviewers. Best practice would be to communicate any changes to the team member via Slack as a manager. So who should you include as a reviewer? So this slide shows you a bit practical tips. It is recommended that you nominate your manager, if you are a manager, all of your direct reports, and then up to 3 peers. Remember that you want to hear honest feedback, so select reviewers you know who will provide you meaningful data. Team members and their manager can work together on both positive and constructive feedback to create a development plan. This slide shows you a screen on how you can select reviewers and what it looks like if you have completed it and are ready to launch the survey. After the survey has launched, please check the relevant dates on top of this page, and then you're invited to complete a self-review and give feedback to others. This is what an invite to the self-review would look like. And here you see an overview of what the self-review looks like. To help guide team members in giving feedback, Culture Amp is offering options under the start, stop, continue questions. When giving feedback, you can select up to 3 options that you would say are applicable. If there are no options that match your feedback, please use the option other, and you have space to elaborate in the comments. Once you select reviewers, they will be sent the following email. You will also receive this email if you are nominated by others in GitLab. The email will come from Culture Amp. As a reminder, also these links are specific to you, so you cannot share those emails with somebody else. So You received an email that somebody nominated you for feedback. On this slide, it will give you 5 great tips on giving 360 feedback. You can also leverage GitLab Learn to review the feedback trainings. Best practice is to set time aside on your calendar to provide feedback so you're not rushed or distracted. This doesn't have to be an hour long, but you can set aside 20 to 30-minute blocks of time to focus and provide effective feedback to your team members. If you stick to these 5 tips, it will help you guide through the process more efficiently and deliver the most impactful feedback to your team members. It is important to know that you do not have to complete every request that comes your way. For example, if you have 20 requests, it might not just be feasible to complete all 20. If you can, that's of course great, but if not, we would recommend you to prioritize the feedback requests where you can give most meaningful feedback. Please note as well that the results will not be anonymous. However, all reviewers will be listed in 3 categories: manager, direct report, and coworker. For example, you only have 1 manager, so therefore feedback received would be in this category and would be tied back to your manager. So that's where it's not anonymous. But for direct reports, if you only have 1, then it would be the same. But if you have multiple, this could be coming from different direct reports. The same goes for peers or coworkers that you have selected for reviewing. This is what a report would look like, and here you can see how managers, coworkers, and direct reports gave feedback to you. And the feedback will be grouped as shown on this slide. This slide shows what is expected from people managers. So that's important. They need to provide feedback, discuss feedback, and they are assigned as coach. Managers will be assigned as coach, as I just mentioned, for their direct reports. And once the survey closes, managers should send the results of the survey to the team member within 48 hours, so they have time to review. Managers should then, within the next period, schedule time or use an already existing one-on-one to review the feedback with the team member. Again, as a reminder, the manager coach does not have to be prepared for the meeting when they send the results, but this can happen before the meeting. Once the manager and coach sends the results to the team member, you will receive this email from Culture M pointing you to the survey results. So you can click on the link to review your data. We encourage all team members to review the guidance on feedback in the handbook, as well as look at GitLab Learn. Here are a few final best practices for both managers and team members. And again, as mentioned, we recommend to review GitLab Learn in training for giving and receiving feedback. If over the process you have any questions, never hesitate to reach out to People Connect. I want to thank everybody for watching this video and good luck with your 360 feedback.